All right, what we're gonna do today is a movement called a strict press. So this is kind of the beginning or the first movement of the overhead pressing series, if you wanna think about it like that. And so what we're gonna use for today is 2 dumbbells. And those could be, I would say, on the lighter side, maybe light to medium side. I'm gonna use a pair of 20 pounders. You can certainly go lighter than that or whatever feels comfortable for you. And let me demonstrate what that's gonna look like, and then we'll talk about how we're gonna set this up. So we're gonna grab our weights, pop them up to our shoulders, and the strict press is kind of like it sounds. We're keeping everything tight and we're pressing this weight up over our head. I'm being strict and I'm not using this dip or any movement, any extra movement of my legs or hips or anything like that. So it's staying nice and stable. If you think about really squeezing your butt, squeezing your core, and then pressing that weight up, and you can use your head a little bit to get some kind of neurological strength out of there. So specifically, if you look at me from the side, what I think about, if you pretend like I had a barbell and I had to clear my chin out of the way from that barbell, that's a really good movement pattern to dial into. So if you want to do that even with the dumbbells, where I press back and then forward a little bit, that's certainly good, a fine thing to work on. Let me set those down. So a couple key points that I want to highlight on the strict press is, like I said, we're not using our legs or our hips other than to stabilize and stay nice and tight. My elbows are going to be pointed forward throughout the movement as best I can. So as I'm pressing up, I'm trying to keep my elbows forward or relatively forward. They might not be able to be perfectly straight ahead, but I don't want them pointed out to the outside like that. So as I'm pressing, I'm trying to maintain that forward position with my elbow, press, 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 all the way till I lock out with my elbows as best I can. I'm trying to also keep my abs engaged and my ribs tucked, so I lock out in this nice stable position with my butt muscles engaged. If instead I let all this go and I end up arching my back and finishing like this, it's not a good position. It's not very strong. It's gonna compromise your low back and probably not feel very good either. So if you find that you're ended up having to do this kind of thing, that kind of maybe looks and feels more like a incline dumbbell press or something like that, then let's go a little bit lighter. Maybe we have some shoulder mobility to work on, as well as just some particular strength in that motor pattern. So that's not a problem at all. But let's focus more on keeping these really good with our form and being strict with that movement. So the next thing I want to illustrate here before we get started is I just wanted to highlight that overhead pressing series that I had previously mentioned. So just so you can kind of visualize, the first in the series is the strict press that we're doing today. The second in the series is the push press. As you can see, a little more efficient. I would be able to push more weight or be a little bit better at that. And then finally, the push jerk, which now I get a second little dip in order to be more efficient. So again, I'll go most efficient to least efficient, push jerk, push press, and then a strict press. Okay, you can go ahead and set those down. All right, so what the format of the workout is going to be is we're going to do 10 strict presses in a row, and then we're gonna rest. We're gonna do that every minute and a half for 5 rounds. Okay, I'm going to set my clock. We're gonna start in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and grab your weights, popping those up to the shoulders. 10 strict presses. Show you a few from the side. Once you get to 10, set those down. Got about a minute to rest before our next round. This is a good opportunity to bring your heart rate back down if it's elevated. Big inhales, slow exhales. Feel free to get a sip of water, anything else you would like. We have 30 seconds till round number 2. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Second set of 10. Good, set those down. About a minute to rest. Nicely done. Now, if you're feeling that by the second set, these weights feel a little too easy, this isn't challenging for you, go ahead and add a little more weight if you have that available to you. If conversely, you're like, holy smokes, this is really challenging, I'm barely making it through 10, or you're having to take a break, go ahead and reduce the weight a little bit, make that a little bit easier so that you can focus really on getting through a smooth set of 10 with good form, good positioning the whole time. And you can adjust to any round during this workout. Totally fine. We have 20 seconds till our next round. Try to get a couple breaths in if you can. That's big inhale. If you can get it through your nose, even better. We have 10 seconds. And then a nice slow exhale. 3, 2, 1. Round number 3. Once you get to 10, set those down. And we're back to our minute of rest. We got round number 4 coming up. "30 seconds. Again, feel free to grab a sip of water if you'd like. We have 2 more rounds. Round number 4 in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Once you get to 10, set those down. Another minute to rest before our final round. "30 seconds, and then our final set of 10. "10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Final round. Good work. Set those down after you finish your final set of 10, and you're all done. Nicely done. Good job.